Hi, it's Mrs. Selecki, and welcome to Where I Work. So you're a senior, or maybe you're a junior, but most of my students who take economics are seniors, sorry. But even if you're a junior, it's a busy year. Junior, senior year, you're getting ready to finish school. You finish economics, and then you graduate. And then if you notice, just thinking, I'm going to graduate high school right now, you might notice how your body starts to feel just a little bit different. So when I'm really happy, I can feel it here. But just sense in your body, something changes when you think of something that makes you proud of yourself. And it's interesting because all it really is a chemical. There's a chemical inside of your brain. Well, there's several chemicals inside of your brain. And when they're released and you're happy, it shoots through your entire body and you feel different. You're proud of yourself. You're going to graduate. At the same time, the same thought, one little thought, I'm going to graduate from high school, could go the other direction. I wonder if I'm going to get accepted to that college I applied to. I just took the ACT again. Did I get the score that I needed? Maybe I don't want to go to college. What if I get a job? And you start to get really nervous. What if I don't pass this class? And all this anxiety comes up, and you start to honestly feel nervous. Again, it's a different sensation in your body. The happy gives you one feeling in your body, the anxious gives you another one, and they all originate up here in your brain. It's a different chemical. So the chemical that you feel when you're happy and it's released is different than the chemical that's released when you're nervous or you're anxious. And knowing that about your body and about your brain and how it functions can really help you get through times where you're so excited you can hardly keep yourself from just jumping around in joy. Or you're so nervous that maybe you freeze up and you can't even get past something that's really important to you, like sitting for the SAT and you're so nervous that you can't answer a question. And these are reality, and you're creating it inside of your head, in your own brain, with chemicals. Because every thought that you have is a chemical reaction. And I'm kind of interested in this for a lot of different reasons, but I had anxiety of my own when I was younger, and I found a way to release it using things like yoga and different meditation techniques. So I teach economics, Palm Beach Virtual during the day, but at night, I'm a yoga teacher. You might not have known that. And a yoga nidra teacher, which is a mindful technique. And I loved it, and it made me feel better, but it was never really enough, because I kind of, they talk to you about breathing. Let's calm down and take a few deep breaths. People say it all the time, and I'm like, okay, but it doesn't sound real. It just sort of sounds fake. Like, really? Change your breath? Change your mind? I don't know about that. And so my analytical mind went into wanting to do a little research, collect a little knowledge. So I've done a lot of research on the brain, and I've been reading on it over the years and working on why certain things happen in your body. And I was actually specifically interested in the chemicals in your brain, but I went farther than that. And then the United States started to go crazy. The world started to go crazy. They started to talk about something called neuroplasticity. Hopefully you guys have heard of that before, because, it's kind of all the rage right now. When I was a kid, I graduated in 1981. Yeah, I'm old. They told us that all the brain cells that we have are there, and if something happened and you injured them, like you got a concussion, you're going to lose those brain cells. They just didn't know. And then as science progressed, they started to realize that that's just not true. So if it's just not true, what is true? And, they're still working on it. Anything that I've learned now, it changes over the years. And so I'd love to share some of the ideas that I have about how your brain functions and how something called mindfulness can help you alter your own brain and your own thoughts and your own anxieties or your own issues. For example, if you get too nervous to do something, there's things you can do about that to calm down your nerves, to actually go forward and complete something. So I like this little picture. This is where mindfulness and neuroplasticity come into play. Mindfulness is a mindful technique, a breathing technique. And neuroplasticity is the study of the brain and how the brain functions. Some people, they don't really understand the brain is an organ, but your mind are your thoughts in your head. So your brain creates the mind. But the thoughts, those are yours. You're creating them as you go along. Notice these two people are going for a walk. The person on the left has all these things going through their head. Maybe they're worried about the past. Maybe they're thinking about what they have to do tomorrow. The person on the right, they're going for a walk and they're just paying attention to what's going on in the walk. To be mindful means you're right where you are now and you're only focusing on the walk. So another example is you're going to take a test in economics class. So you want to focus on the test as you're taking it. You don't want to be worried about a performance that you might have to do in 5 hours, because if your mind is racing through with the performance, it's going to interfere on the knowledge that you have about the economics test that you're taking right then and there, and it could cause you not to get the score you want. And then let's say you go to your performance and you're really worried about the score you got in economics. You're not going to do the performance as well because your mind is not in the performance. It's on the class that you need to pass to be able to graduate. Which, remember, graduation means good things or bad things depending on which way you look at it. So those thoughts, they're yours. And they create a lot of different things in your mind and throughout your body. And with mindful techniques, you can learn how to control them. And I'd love to share something that I know about this with you. And you can earn collaboration credit for economics class. Because, hey, who doesn't need to be mindful about their money? So it'll be Monday morning at 9 o'clock. And I'd like to see you all there. All you have to do is log in. I'll send you all the information. Have a great day. Bye-bye.